Continuing with our conversation about retail merchandising. Retail merchandising is all activities directly or indirectly associated with procuring and reselling merchandise. This includes buying, pricing, presentation, and promoting merchandise. Another way to define retail merchandising is by the 5 R's of merchandising: having the right merchandise at the right time, in the right place, with the right quantities, and at the right price. Here in Southern California, in the middle of summer, a retailer would not want to have a heavy hooded sweatshirt in their inventory. This would go directly against the 5 R's of merchandising. They would not have the right merchandise at the right time, at the right place, or in the right quantities in their store. If the product is on the clearance rack, they might have it at the right price, but again, it still would be going against the other 4 R's. So within retail merchandising, you do have what is called corporate level merchandising functions, and then you have what's called field functions. So buying, sales promotion, and finance are all performed at the corporate headquarters. It is considered a corporate function. So buying is a main function of corporate level merchandising functions. It is actually split into 4 specialized categories that are all interdependent upon each other. Buyers purchase and price merchandise for resale. Buyers are faced with the challenge of being able to successfully do 3 things: select an assortment that appeals to the target consumer, obtain the best quality of goods, and obtain those goods at the lowest prices. Buyers shop the domestic and foreign wholesale markets multiple times a year to purchase goods. They use their negotiation skills to make very competitive bids on goods that will allow them to stay within their budget. The ability to negotiate good deals is a necessity for an organization's bottom line, profit. Higher wholesale prices cut into profit margin, minimizing the buyer's ability to price goods low enough to remain competitive with other retailers, but still high enough to meet the organization's profit objectives. Planners analyze the sales history. They observe current market trends and heed an organization's performance objectives to project sales and inventory. Planners must have excellent analytical skills and the ability to make multi-dimensional decisions. Distributors allocate merchandise shipments to stores based on the store's capacity, sales, and inventory level. The higher store's volume, the more merchandise that is allocated to the store. Distributors are a critical link between stores and the corporate merchandising division. Product developers determine what products to develop internally with the store's private label. They are responsible for establishing specifications for design, production, and packaging, as well as contracting manufacturers to produce those goods. Within the corporate function, you also have departments and divisions. So, a department is going to be a group of related merchandise that is identified by the product line. A division is going to be a group of related departments that are identified by the product line. So a divisional merchandise manager, or DMM, is going to be responsible for a merchandise division. This person will monitor sales, inventory, and assortment of the departments within a division. This individual will report directly to the General Merchandise Manager, or GMM, who manages a group of related merchandise divisions. The GMM is considered a senior level management position. Lastly, within the corporate level merchandising functions, we have our visual merchandising and our fashion directors. So your merchandisers are going to be responsible for the overall presentation of the store. They'll partner with the buyers to develop planograms and partner with the store planning team to design new stores and renovate existing stores. The overall presentation of the store includes things like the store decor, its signage, displays, as well as fixtures, and also the standards for how that merchandise is going to be presented. So the planograms that a merchandiser partners with the buyer to develop provides direction for how merchandise, signage, and displays will be presented throughout the store. It's pretty much like a map of how everything will be laid out, which in order to push sales of a particular product, the planogram must be laid out strategically. So fashion directors communicate with the buyers as well as with the advertising and visual merchandising teams. They are responsible for researching dominant color, style, and design trends in the apparel, accessories, and home furnishing markets. They must communicate their research findings to buyers so that they can strategically select goods that fall in line with the current trends. So the store function level. At the store level, merchandise functions ensures merchandise on the sales floor is presented in a manner consistent with the company's visual standards, inventory levels, and product assortment, are appropriate for the store's volume and sales objectives. The store-level merchandising functions are considered what is called a field function, meaning these functions are performed within a remote or satellite operation that is away from the corporate headquarters. So positions at the store level include you have a regional manager, a district manager, a general manager, a store merchandise manager, and also department managers. So your general manager or store manager is going to be responsible for the merchandising and operations of a store. Sometimes the general manager is assisted by an operations manager, a human resource manager, and or a store merchandise manager. Your department manager or sales manager is responsible for an area defined by the department or division. Generally, this person will report to the store merchandise manager. Your district manager is responsible for managing a group of stores within a geographic area. Your regional manager is responsible for supervising a group of district managers within their region. Regional managers report to the VP or the director of the stores, who is located at the corporate headquarters. So you're interested in working in merchandising. What skills do you need? So there's 5 skills that across the board, most companies look for when they're seeking a merchandiser. That is someone who has good decision-making skills, good communication skills, good analytical and problem-solving skills, good organizational skills, and the person is flexible to being mobile. So you must be able to evaluate information from multiple sources and be able to use that information to make decisions that can have a significant impact or implications on the organization's performance. Being able to then convey that information and ideas well, verbally and in writing to communicate with executives and negotiate deals is essential to the job. Analyzing sales reports, inventory, and profit helps to be able to make those important decisions that you convey, such as whether you should reorder a product. Like anything we do in life, being organized is always a plus. It helps us to stay on track and reach our goals and objectives. Merchandisers have to be pretty mobile. They may have to relocate depending on the job they're doing and the stores that they have underneath their belts. Traveling to domestic and foreign markets is also a huge requirement for buyers, as this is where they visit those trade shows to get insight into what's new, what's the current trends, and also they're also able to purchase merchandise from these wholesale marketplaces. All right, so this ties up chapter one, retail merchandising. I will talk to you guys next week for chapter two. Take care.